Hey everybody, JJ here. Welcome back for another Saturday of Zoom networking. And today we have myself as your guest speaker. So hang on your hats. I'm going to talk a little bit about networking, about social media, interpersonal relations in the real estate industry, a little bit about myself. For those of you that don't know me, I'm from Los Angeles, California. Grew up in the Hollywood Hills, thus the Hollywood sign behind me. What can I say here? I grew up as a shy kid. I stuttered. I was picked on for years, bullied kind of as a result of that, and made me really withdrawn. I was not someone to speak up in class. I was very, very shy, extremely shy and stuttering, to the point where actually my fourth grade teacher told my mother she thought I was retarded because I was so reserved. And my mom said, he's not retarded, he's extremely intelligent. And so I had to kind of fight through that. Being bullied led me on to realizing in middle school, or what we called junior high school back at the time, that if I became good in athletics, that I would no longer be a target because the athletes rarely get picked on. And so through athletics, I learned how to socialize a little bit more with other people and make some friendships and learn how to kind of mix in with people a little bit better. In my youth, it wasn't really so easy to get to know folks, but as time went on, I wanted to be included. I didn't want to be left out anymore. And, as we talk about real estate in relation to, networking, because that's what my topic is, it's important that we learn how to acclimate. It's important that we learn how to mix and getting to know other people. And that really just means being comfortable with yourself and being at ease to speak to other people. A lot of us jump into real estate and we think we're going to go into wholesaling. We think we're going to go into rehabbing. When in actuality, there's so much more out there between multifamily, buy and hold, private money lending, commercial, industrial, and we don't know what we don't know because there's so much out there. And as we move along, our path kind of becomes available to us, and we make what we want to have happen. Growing up in the Hollywood Hills, there was actually a stable up there for horses. And as a kid, I was able to ride the Hollywood Hills, which is the third largest city park in the country, Griffith Park. And, there was a point in my life when I would work with kids in the neighborhood, and they'd come by and watch a number of us play football and sports. And these young kids would sort of hang out. I was 20 years old, they were 10. And would watch my friends and I play football, and they wanted to play with us. They were too small. And as things went along, they got to be bigger. And one of these kids, now a teenager, about 26, and I was 16 and I was 26, we became really good friends. Big brother, mentor, protege, best friends. Would come to me about things he couldn't go to his father about. I was really looking forward to him turning 21. We'd go to clubs and party. And long story short, he died in a tragic car accident at the age of 19, and shook my world. I was beyond devastated and didn't know how to pick up the pieces. Somehow or another, I started hanging out at the stables near my neighborhood. And I like working with the horses. It was getting me back into being with a live animal and having some kind of interaction. Actually, shortly after he passed away, I was working in the film industry, and I really couldn't talk to anybody because I was so destroyed from the inside that within 5 minutes, my conversation went to my friend passing away. A couple of years go by and started hanging out at these stables, and I thought about getting a horse. And long story short, the guy that ran the ranch asked me to go to a part of Southern California and help him trailer back some horses. And before I got into his truck, I grabbed my checkbook for whatever reason. And we get out there, and I told him I was thinking about buying a horse. And he says, well, what do you want? I said, I don't know. I said, well, we'll see what they have. And they had two horses. One looked like it was just about dead, muddy, dirty, filthy. The other one was this beautiful white Arab with a blue eye and a brown eye. And it was breathing fire, snorting, doing backflips. And I thought, I don't want that horse at all. And my friend says to me, well, which one what do you think? I said, well, what do you think? He said, I think we should take the brown one. I thought, that doesn't look like it's even alive. And he said, let's run it around the round pen, see how it does. And he said, well, it's got a pretty good at gate music. Okay. Took this dark brown home horse back with us, bathed it. It was like a golden retriever, beautiful golden sorrel color to it. And this horse was 2.5 years old. I ended up keeping that horse. I've got it now for 27 years. Trained him myself, broke him in myself. I could put kids on him. That horse brought me back to life. That horse gave me purpose to be somewhere every day and work with a live animal that wouldn't have got up if I didn't get it out. But I wasn't always quite sure about how to come up with the money on how to keep this horse. I ended up finding that I could work as a trail guide and work my money off, or work the board off by, I think it was $25 per ride. So if I was a guide on Friday, Saturday, it was $50. If I did 4 weekends a month, it was $200. And my board was $225. So basically for 2 years, I had my horse for free by doing what I loved to do, which was riding my horse and taking people on trail rides through the hills and the Hollywood Hills at night. So as you get into real estate, you'll find your path. You'll find what works for you and something that really suits you, whether it's lending, whether it's rehabbing, whether it's, wholesaling. And you may not see the path as it exists now, but if you keep going with your desire, it's going to happen. When it comes to real estate, to really get where you need to go, it's all about the people. Real estate's a people business. You can't do it on your own. You have to build a network, and a common phrase is your network is your net worth. It's not who you know. You can know everybody in the world, but if people don't know you, you're not going to get the assistance. People help people that they like. To help people that they like, they have to know them. They have to know you. So people need to know you. You need to be visible. If you're not visible, you're invisible. And if you're invisible, opportunity walks right past you. So it's important that with your desire to create and build your real estate business, with your desire to make things happen, with your desire to provide for your family and achieve financial success and stability, you need to network. You cannot do this by yourself. You need to build relationships, and that means being visible. To a great extent, that means being visible on social media. There's millions of people on Facebook. There's millions of people on LinkedIn and Instagram. And a lot of these social media platforms intertwine with one another. So it's important that you put your face out there, your real face, your real name. You don't want to have a picture of a house as your profile photo and your name say Dr. Cool, because people are going to go, who's Dr. Cool? Am I going to lend Dr. Cool $350,000? You better believe they're not going to do that. So you need to market yourself as a professional person and for a business intent. When I say intent, as you network, you need to network with intent. You can't do it passively. You really need to get to know people and allow people to get to know you. They need to understand what who you are. I don't know how many times I've been asked, how can I help you? What can I do for you? And I'm like, do you know my name? Do you know where I live? And you need to get to know the person before you chase the deal. If you chase the deal before you get to know the person and the deal goes away, then the person goes away. But if you get to know the person first before you chase the deal and the deal goes away, guess what? You've got a friend there that's going to last for a lifetime. I've created a networking group that has 1,500 investors, over 1,500 investors. And I know literally every single person in my group because I've taken the time to talk to them one at a time and not only get their name, their phone number, their email, their city, state, their zip code. I know what part of the country they're from. I know that Peggy's from Northern California. I know that Kristen's from Chicago. I know that Nicole's from New York. I know where my friends are from. I take the time to get to know the people that I network with. I get to know them personally. They become my friends. When people get to know you for who you really are, and they love you, they'll love you when you genuinely become yourself. Let people know you for the same person that your kids love you, your parents love you, your grandparents, your grandkids. You know, to just open up your heart and be yourself and build a relationship. And by building the relationships with these other people, they will then want to help you. Because what are you giving? You're giving your heart, you're giving yourself. What are you asking for? You're asking to become their friend. And there's nothing, bottom line, more genuine than that. You will find that you will build a network of support that's far greater than you ever thought. I started real estate education formally with a program 3 years ago. Never thought I'd be where I am today. Do I have a lot of deals? I don't really have a lot of deals. I'm managing commercial property that I own. I bought a house in Ohio. It's a small house, but I put a networking group together, and I've built relationships with people I genuinely love. I love my friends. I'm all about my relationships, but I've been able to introduce somebody to somebody else to the point where a friend of mine has nicknamed me JJ the Connector. You know, if I can't help you, I guarantee you I can find somebody that can. If you'll allow me, let me refer a note or two I have here. You know, again, you know, real estate's about being visible. Again, if you're not visible, you're invisible. So it's important to get out and meet people. You know, again, it's about being genuine, about being real. You need to make people feel welcome, make them feel at ease, and to be kind, you know, to never be negative. And no matter how bad your day is, how you present yourself every day, for example, your Facebook page or what you comment or what you post, that's how you're presenting yourself in a public media forum. So no matter how bad your day is, when you post, you don't post, I'm having a horrible day. You don't. You post, you know, every day is a great day. Every day that we're up, we're live, we're walking, it's a beautiful day. I'm thrilled to freaking be here. You know, so you always have to project positivity, project the brighter side of the gray cloud. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. And as you project that positivity will come back to you. You know, when it gets to social media and how you present yourself, your Facebook page in particular, stay away from controversial topics, global warming, euthanasia, politics. You know, I say it all the time. You need to stay away from politics when you're using your personal Facebook page as your brand for your business. Do not post about politics. You're not going to change anybody's mind with a political post. The people that agree with you will continue to agree with you. Those that didn't know your opinion but disagree with your perspective will now not want to do business with you. Those people that were possibly neutral, not going left or right, but now know you're taking an extreme stand, those folks are possibly going to say, I don't want to deal with someone who's voicing a negative opinion. In addition to that, if there are people that do get along with you, they do think the same as you, but you're voicing this extreme, one side or the other, conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't really matter. But if you're taking strong side to one side or the other, even people that agree with you are going to possibly not want to engage or be associated with you because you're taking a stance that not only compromises you, but will compromise anybody that settles up alongside next to that controversial perspective. As I'll say it again and again, stay away from politics. Let's see what else I have here. When you're networking on social media, when you're dealing with this animal called Facebook with millions and millions of people are going to send you friend requests and you're going to send them out. I never accept a friend request from someone I don't know because I find it brings me no value. Now, you know, I don't even send them out to people I don't know unless I think they are into real estate and they might be someone either that can help me or I want to help. But what I do, if I'm going to send a friend request to someone I don't know, I send them a message to let them know who I am, what our connection is, where or how I came across their name, and why I'm sending them a friend request. can I help you? Or I sent a guy a friend request the other day with a message saying, I'd like to get to know him. And I see you've been identified as a go-giver, someone that helps the community. I'd love to get to know you. His answer to me was, what's your market? I was like, no. Let's get acquainted before we're talking about business. So it's so important that when you are sending friend requests out, don't just send them out based upon mutual friends. That make sure that person's going to have some kind of value. But ideally, if you are going to add someone who you don't know based upon mutual friends, send that person a message. Identify them yourself. Let them know who you are, why you're sending them friend requests. One of the things that really perturbs me, bothers me, is kind of like crazy. I get a friend request from someone I do not know. I have no idea who they are. I'm like, why are you sending me a friend request? Or they may not even have 50, 100, 150 mutual friends, but still there's no message. I'm like, why are you adding me as a friend? It's important to reach out and establish a connection, let someone know who and why, and that's going to facilitate a relationship. Someone sends me a request, I'll frequently send them a message back. Thank you very much for sending me a friend request. I see you're a real estate investor. I'd love to get acquainted, get to know you. I even have a networking group, but let's talk about, who you are, who I am, let's get acquainted. Here's my phone number. Giving them a chance to engage with me and chase the relationship before I chase the deal. One of the big things is, a common phrase or whatever is, think outside the box. Just don't think about how you can help people in other ways, and how you can help. For me, it always gets back to the relationship. I'm all about the person. When I say, think outside the box, like when I got the horse, great, I got the horse, and how was I going to afford to handle it? I could have, but when I found that I could utilize my passion and find a way to make it work for me, it made my passion a little bit more accessible. How's the horse turn into real estate? It's really just, looking to maybe see outside of what you're doing. We're always told, not always told, but you don't market your business, you market yourself. You may go from one company to another. You may become whether it's a broker or an agent, whether it's your real estate company, whether you're doing wholesaling with one LLC, and then you decide to do rehabbing with another LLC, and you might decide to, but no matter what the name of your company is, you are the company. People are going to come back to you. So you need to think about marketing yourself and how you market yourself. And that's just by being positive, being supportive. A lot of what I've done in the past is, as far as putting myself out there to market myself, is taking motivational memes and sharing those motivational memes on social media, and then posting them to a variety of groups I may be a member of. And what happens then is people associate my name and my face with positivity because I'm constantly sharing positivity. How you project yourself and how you put yourself out there is going to be how you're perceived. Getting back to the political thing, I would say don't post political stuff, but don't even comment on it, because then you're just going to start coming up people's newsfeed that you're commenting, pro this or anti that. And, as I said before, you're never going to change anybody's mind with a political post. It's best just to avoid the topic entirely. The whole concept of networking in real estate and working with people, it's about mindset. It's about, meeting and building relationships with people that think the same way you think. And it should go beyond just the profit. And, us as investors, we can help people that might have a problem hanging on to their house, or we can help our communities. We can give back. And it's important that you look for people that are willing and capable of not only giving back, but thinking the way you think, and finding people that are forthright and honest. And it's not always easy to decipher who these people are. So it's important that as you network and opportunities come your way, to check people out, and ask for references and see who they know, and don't just give someone a pass because they've got mutual friends. Anyone can add a whole bunch of people, and all of a sudden, you know, the fact they've got 100 friends of yours does not mean that you want to lend money to this person. See who they are, see how they present themselves, and particularly when people network with you for the sake of business, ask for references, ask for the history of the project that they've worked on. You know, there's a lot of good people out there, but on occasion there's some people that are not good. And so the best way you can go about protecting yourself is to have a circle of people that you know, have a circle of people that you trust, build your network where one person can introduce you to another individual. I think one of the most challenging aspects of networking is getting out of your comfort zone. You know, here I am, you know, I'm in front of a camera. I'm literally never in front of a camera for this duration, you know, but getting out of my comfort zone to sit and speak and try and speak on a topic that I think I know pretty well, but to be continuous at it. And, you know, for a lot of you, it's important to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to meeting other people. In my networking group, for example, I've got 1,500 people in the group. We've got anywhere from 40 to 60 people every weekend on the call. We'll have a weekly Zoom call. We have a guest speaker. But one of the things we do is we break the room down into groups of 6 to 7, 7 to 8 individuals that are between the presentation, and we have a Q&A. We split our group into breakout rooms where people can actually network live time with other investors and get to know other people that they didn't know before. Some people are very shy and quiet and reserved, and some people are a little bit more comfortable with speaking up. The challenge for the people that are shy is to get more comfortable. So we actually provide an opportunity for the breakout room for people to meet one another. So, you know, get used to talking to somebody. You know, in our breakout rooms, I ask people to exchange numbers with one person they've never spoken to on a Zoom call before. Set up a one-on-one Zoom call and get to know the other person. Don't talk about work, but talk about rapport, develop rapport using maybe the acronym FORD: family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Talk about the things that are important to them, what they resonate with. As you network and put yourself out there, people are going to be drawn to you for how you present yourself. And for example, on my Facebook page, I'll put things about my dogs. I've got 2 dogs. I've got a horse. I've got a bunny. You know, when my mom was around, we went to Dodger games all the time. And people look at my Facebook page and, oh, he's with his mom, or he's got dogs or a bunny, or, you know, people will resonate with the aspects and attributes of you that make you who you are. So feel free in social media to get out of your comfort zone, to let people know who you are, to you know, not share your deepest, darkest secrets, but, you know, just idle things, you know, birthday party, holiday party, going to the zoo, going to the beach, and, you know, the things that make you you. Those are the things that people are going to resonate with. And as you develop rapport with other people and you get to meet people, and even in a real estate environment or RIA meeting, don't talk about work, but talk about who they are. Get them talking about themselves, because everybody's favorite topic is themselves. When you get someone talking about themselves, they're going to open up and they're going to feel more comfortable with you. And as they feel more comfortable with you, then the personal relationship comes, then the connection comes, then you become someone they want to help. You know, don't always evaluate somebody by what you think they can do for you right now, because a person that you discard and you put off to the side may actually be someone that can introduce you to 1,500 people that can help you. You know, am I qualified to be on somebody's buyer's list right now or somebody's seller's list? No, I'm not. You know, because I'm working on other things that relate to my family's business of commercial properties, and I'm not right now into the, you know, buying of a single family home. But does that preclude me from providing assistance to a new investor who might be looking to build their business? It does not, because if I can't help somebody with something directly, whether it's buying or providing them with a service or a product, I guarantee you I can introduce that person to someone else that can help them. So, you know, it's really important that as you network with intention. And the intent should be to really get to know the person you're dealing with, the people you're dealing with, to put yourself out there with not expecting anything in return, but just to be who you are, the person that people know and love within your circle, so that gradually in a real estate environment, your circle becomes bigger and bigger. If you're constantly chasing the deal, constantly chasing, the dollar, that's going to become apparent really quick to everybody around you. It's not an easy path that we choose when we become real estate investors. There's a high success of failure in the industry. But for those that really succeed, what's going to keep us afloat, because I'm going to succeed, is the people that we surround ourselves. We are basically the sum of the 5 people we surround ourselves with most of the time. And for me, those are people around the country. A good friend of mine, Scott Jenkins, is in Oregon. Mark Abramovich is in New York. Christian Ryan's in Chicago. I've got friends all over the country that I've met through networking. We had a question posed to us here in the presentation about the market, the state of the economy, how prices are going up, and how that causes there to be a huger challenge within the real estate industry for those of us that are investors trying to help people that might be in risk of losing their homes. I would just take that question and wrap that into the topic that we're talking about, which is networking and building relationships. And it's important that to get the support that you need to provide you with the answers to your questions, you need to be visible. You need to let people know who you are so that you can get the support you need. If you need help, whether it's on getting a question to the market rates, or your private money lender dropped out, or your hard money lender dropped out, or now you have an issue that's now causing a constraint on the closing of a transaction. The assistance you get from the community, when you have a time constraint, if you do not have your network built, if you do not have your visibility, if you do not have your relationships, you're in a tough spot. It's important that you build your relationships before you need them, and that you have the visibility, so that people know who you are, because people help people that they like. Back to the question, what would I say to someone that's posed, with a scenario of the economy going in a crazy direction and prices going up, and how do you help people that are in that challenged time? Well, I would just basically direct them to people that are more of an expert with finance, more of an expert with lending, more of an expert with the financial aspects and structures of the real estate industry. Do I have that expertise? No, I don't. Do I know people that I could direct that person to? Yes, I do. So for the individual that asked that question, catch up with me later. We'll see who we can introduce you to help you with that. But again, what I can do is I can introduce somebody to somebody else, because I've built out a large network. And the individual that I go to, they may not have the answer, but they may know someone else that has the answer. So if you're not building your relationships, if you're not building your network, if you're not a part of a network, then you're really pretty much on your own. There is nothing more valuable to me than my friends and my family. There's an old saying, though, you don't pick your family, you pick your friends. So sometimes we have a great family and we have luck of the draw, I found out when I was 40, I was adopted at birth. I was given up for adoption, adopted by a very good family, able to go to college, travel halfway around the world. My dad died 10 years ago. My mom died a year ago. And for all intents and purposes, it's me. And I'm moving forward with 2 dogs, a horse, and a bunny. In addition to that, I'm moving forward with a wealth of friends, with a network of people that I care about and love. And I know they care about and love me, because I focus on what's important. I focus on the relationship. And if you be who you really are, that the people that know you love you for, and you build your network and your relationships with genuine care and concern, the people around you will see that. It's easy to see if someone's a used car salesman or an ambulance chasing attorney. It's easy to see if someone's, full of crap for all intents and purposes. But if you're consistent in who you are, I've been doing this for 3 years, this networking thing and running my group. And anytime you put yourself out there, everyone's not going to love you. Everyone doesn't love me. The more visible you become, the more you go out to help people, you're going to have people that are going to hate you. I've got a couple haters out there, and they may be watching the video right now for all I know. But, if you're consistent in who you are, you're going to build your network, you're going to build your support, and you're going to find people that care about you and are there to help you. So when it comes to networking, be yourself, be true, be genuine, build your relationships. As much as you can, get to know people. For example, when I'm networking and I'm meeting people, I'm not just all about exchanging a business card. If I'm really liking somebody, I'm going to ask for a selfie. We'll take a picture together. They've given me their business card. May have their work number, their 10X or 8x8, their Google Voice, anything but their cell number. But if we're talking for a few minutes, we're getting along, we're hitting it off. We got hey, I got a good feel for this person. Hey, Gail, can I get a picture with you? Gail's going to say, sure. So I take the picture. Hey, can I text this to you? Sure, go right ahead. Can I have your cell number? Sure, here you go. I text them the photo. They've got my name. They've got my photo. They got my number. What they don't have is my name. Well, in your phone, I would suggest you create your own contact with your name and your number, your photo, your email, your social media links. And as soon as you text them that photo, you can then share your contact from your smartphone directly to them. And then they've got all your contact information. So as you're getting a phone number, don't just get a number, but in a name, but get a city, state, and zip code. So later you're going to wonder, George Jones, God, where's this guy from? He's from Nashville, Tennessee, or wherever it happens to be. But know where people are from when you get the number. Just don't get a name and a number, and get a last name. Don't just put Fred in your phone with the phone number, because all of a sudden you can have 4 Freds and you won't know one person from the other. So, take the number, take the name, remember where they live. Maybe get us a note. Gail's wife's name is Victoria. Have I met Victoria? No, I've not met her, but I know her name. When I get to meet them and I see them somewhere, I'll be able to go, Victoria, how you doing? So, it's important that, take time, learn about their kids. Kristen's daughter's name is Gianna, got a chance to meet her. So you'll remember people. And when you remember them, they're going to remember you. Take the time to work at your relationships, take the time to work at your network, build your network, make it strong, and find a group that you can network with. I actually have a networking group. If you're a real estate investor, you want to network, reach out to me, join my networking group. Let me show you how to network. Let me show you how to build your network and build your relationships, which is going to be the foundation of your strong business. Reach out and build those relationships, and put your best foot out there, and realize it's not going to happen overnight. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you just got to keep your eye on the prize, be focused, and network with intent, and be genuine who you are. And I think for me, that's about all I got. So with that, we'll open it up to some questions. So for those that are watching the video, we'll see you next week. And for those that are on the call, we're going to open it up to a Q&A. Over and out, everybody.